Oh no, say it isn't so. Could it be that the incredible lie, the big lie that Kevin Smith issued about Masters of the Universe, could it be that it had a massive negative effect? How could we possibly measure that? Remember when Masters of the Universe, the first one, came out? It was the #1 show on Netflix for a couple of days. I think maybe that whole first weekend. Well, Masters of the Universe came out, part 2, and it's not doing so well. I've got a couple reasons why I think that might be. So first and foremost, show sucks. Season 2 or part 2, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this show's for somebody, for someone. You know, it might be for you. Maybe you like it. It's just not what I wanted, you know, and I think that there's an audience for this show, but, you know, and we should have known, you know, the way everything is with Netflix, but critics give it 100%, fans give it a 47. Now, if we look at what it was for part 1, it's about the same. 94, 3 or 39. The big difference here is just the overall interest in the show. Here we had 47 critic reviews for Master of the Universe Part 1. Now, do you do a review for Part 2? I would assume, if that's your job, right? Well, more importantly, we look at the user score. 6,903 people left a review. Now, okay, you know, Part 2 just came out, so it's not reasonable to expect the exact same. But there's 100. We went from nearly 50 critics reviewing Part 1 to a puny 7 in Part 2. And you would review Part 2 because it stands alone. Yeah, there are cliffhangers from Part 1, but it's, you know, it'd be like the second season of a TV show. You'd review that. You know, a massive reduction in critic interest. What is that? Call it 80%. 80% down in critic reviews. 150 people reviewed it. You know why? They gave you a chance in the first season. They gave you a chance because you told us to give you a chance. You said, no, it's not going to be some woke garbage. It's going to be great. And then we watched it. And it was woke garbage. And you lied. You admitted you lied. You pretended to be a fan of Masters of the Universe, which, by the way, is not a requirement for making the show. I don't think it's a requirement. All you have to do is learn about the show and become a fan of it. But you lied. You came out and said, oh, I've always been a huge fan of He-Man. Except there are video clips of you saying, I was never a He-Man fan. I was never in Masters of the Universe. It wasn't my thing. One of those opinions had financial ties to it. So, I mean, why would you lie? We all know why you lied. But the thing is, the original fandom, we remember. We know. And a reckoning happened. You were fighting with people on Twitter, Clownfish TV in particular. Why? Because we called you a liar and you did lie. And then look at what happened. Only 152 reviews. Nobody even cared when Part 2 came out. Everyone gave you a chance for Part 1 and then you blew it. And nobody cared. It was the #1 show on Netflix. That's how important He-Man is to a generation. I suppose it would be millennials and maybe boomers. And you made a show for Zoomers who had never even heard of He-Man. You made He-Man a joke, essentially a sidekick in Part 2. Doesn't even take part. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he doesn't even take part in the final boss battle, really. It looks ridiculous. And let's see how we're doing here. This is a website called Flix Patrol that I learned of from Yellow Flash. By the way, excellent YouTube channel. You should check them out. That ranks by day the number one, top 100, whatever, movies and shows on Netflix. Right now, the number one movie, Red Notice, followed by The Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Star. I've never even heard of it. Central Intelligence. I don't think I even know what movie that is. The Croods, Jack Reacher, Jason Bourne. These are old movies. People are watching them. The Transporter, Refueled, Extinct. I don't know. Most of these I've never heard of. Maybe they're good. Wait, Jack Reacher? I saw Jack Reacher. Never Go Back. That's the number 5 movie on Netflix for that day. For that day. That's how I understand the data. Okay? Now, let's get down to TV shows. Well, it's not number 1. That's odd. But maybe it's number 2. Maybe it's number 3. Nope. Number 4. No, that's Squid Game. 5 is Made. 6 is The Queen of Flow. I don't know if that's some sort of joke about your monthlies. I don't know. Narcos, The King's Affection, Hometown, Cha-Cha-Cha. That is the number 10 show on Netflix. Masters of the Universe isn't even in the top 10. What if I told you it's not even in the top 20? Well, it isn't. Not even in the top 20. What if I told you it's not even in the top 25? It's not even in the top 25 shows on Netflix. It is number 28. Number 28. Number 28. Not very good. North America, it's not even ranking. Some countries it's doing okay. The Bahamas, it's ranked 6th. That's pretty good for them. These are, I don't know why they only have these countries, but here when we look at top shows not broken down, and if we look at the map, even way down here, you can see like the top shows by country. You could check out, it's kind of a fun website. Number 1 show in the United States. If we go by United States, number 1 is overall Cowboy Bebop. If we look at the TV shows in the United States, top 10 TV shows, Cowboy Bebop, Queen of Flow, Tiger King, Coco Melon. That's a TV show? I should have made stupid kids cartoons. Arcane, Squid Game, and You. By the way, this season of You is garbage. Pretty solid Red Notice movie with The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. Haven't seen it. It's there to watch whenever I want. I don't really know if there's any interest in it. I think it's just like one of those cash-in movies. The thing with Ryan Reynolds, too, is he's just Ryan Reynolds and everything. I thought he was great in Free Guy. Great in Free Guy. So it's not even in the top 10 when we break down in the United States today. If I look at yesterday, not even in the top 10. This is what happens when you lie. Kevin Smith hopes that Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 2 sticks the landing. Well, you got a 43% review from the 150 fans who even cared enough to review it. It's not going to stick the landing. This is a major betrayal by Kevin Smith. I actually liked some of the artwork. I thought He-Man looked pretty boss. But then all the women had the haircut. It became the Tila show. And it finished as the Tila show. There was no redemption arc for Adam. He was basically second fiddle in his own show. Now, yes, it's called Masters of the Universe. Yes, we all look back at things from our childhood with rose-colored glasses. And, I'm probably viewing He-Man as, it was probably never as good as I remember it. I don't want to go back and watch it to ruin that. But this is essentially you know, a rod of his own making with Kevin Smith and his lies. He could have just made He-Man BA and not make him play second fiddle. Not that I cared about Clerks 3, but I care even less about Clerks 3 now. It's just a cash-in. Clerks 2 wasn't even good. So, I mean, I don't know. If you liked it, you know, forget me. It doesn't matter. But it's pretty hilarious that everyone bailed out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you again real soon.